Last time we had a nice talk with Dr. Priyanka, and since that video was becoming a little bit too long, I have made this as the part 2. You will see a lot of follow-up questions in the part 2 questions. So let's start with the video. Now, being a pediatrician, I'm very much interested in my kids. So can you tell the signs of distress and psychological problem in children?
Very much, yes, and it's pretty different from the adults. So, children are not so verbal about how they feel, they are going to show it through their actions, and they are very subtle, mind you, compared to adults. So, they will start being cranky for no reasons. There will be a lot of emotional outbursts in them. If they are having their online classes, they will start bunking those and they won't feel like attending those. During the class timings, maybe they will say, I am not feeling well, I'm getting a headache. So these are the things they don't feel like. Some children will be very aloof, they would not want to see anyone, or some children will have abnormal clingy behavior. They will cling to their mother, parents. When they are going for work or whatever, they will not feel like leaving their parents. They will start crying. Or some children will be very argumentative, especially adolescents. They'll be very argumentative, they will give you back, and so often this is considered by a lot of parents as, oh, he's being arrogant and that's not fair. They will reprimand the child, but please never do that. In adolescents and children, defiant behavior is one of the subtle signs of stress, unless in rare cases it's a conduct problem. So do not label it as a conduct problem unless you know that your child needs help and there's a problem.
Now, what do you mean by conduct help?
Yeah, conduct problem is basically children who have, so conduct disorder is when the children deliberately harm somebody else and do not regard somebody else's well-being, and they harm for no reason. So there is a class, so we call them as delinquents in our terms,
Yeah.
right? But again, a lot of children are falsely labeled as this. Often they are not problem children, they are children with problems. So it's always good to seek help for these children and take them to professionals.
Okay, so now we have seen the stress signs in normal people, that is the breadwinners or the productive class of our people. We have seen the stress signs in children. Now, what about the elderly?
Very much, yes. Again, in elderly, they will also be verbal but not so much. So, one very typical sign that we see in elderly will be emotional lability. By lability, they'll be behave very moody, sudden crying, sudden angry, or they will just kind of pass taunts, and you'll feel very cranky, that you find them very cranky, and it will hurt you. But always know that this is another subtle sign of stress which they will be having. Or typically they'll say, oh yeah, the people at home don't care about me, they ignore me and they don't like me, nothing will be good henceforth, everything will be over. So this is they will typically rebel at home, which is very common, and they will have a lot of physical complaints to seek attention. Oh, I'm getting a headache today. So they will try, so you will find them attention seeking, but it's actually their way of expressing that something's not feeling right.
So how do we manage when they tell us so many problems? Like I myself, I have my father had met with an accident in December. Following that, he recovered, and then now he's staying with my sister. So I have to see to it that I call him every day. Otherwise, I always get complaints. She doesn't talk to me. He doesn't talk to me. They don't talk to me. So it is very, very common in adults. So how do you think we should manage such type of elderlies at home?
First of all, doctor, I need to say to everyone that it's not easy to manage this. So one person should not take the burden of caregiving here. It has to be distributed by all family members. So maybe if you have siblings, all of you should take turns in calling up your father time to time, maybe him going to different people's place. Otherwise, we'll suffer a burnout. That's a very important thing I tell to caregivers of elderly people. Second thing, please keep in mind the elderly people can sometimes undergo a change in brain which is suggestive of dementia. And in dementia, a lot of them undergo personality change, the way they behave. So some might become rude. Some will gossip in front of strangers that, oh, she doesn't give me meals. Or they will gossip about the people at home that she doesn't treat me well. This is very common, and I have seen people getting into depression because of the elderly behaving like that. But please keep in mind, these are signs of behavior change which can be secondary to dementia. It has to be brought to the doctor's notice. A lot of elderly people love to talk. If you visit an elderly care home, they will be the happiest people if you are sitting and listening to them. They will not stop.
Yes.
Especially if you play songs of their times or certain games of their times, they'll be even more happy. We can give time to them, but we don't have all the time. So it's best to distribute these with them. That's very therapeutic for them.
Yeah, indeed, it is very important because we are actually three sisters, so we see to it that someone or the other always calls him, and all three of us are professionals. All three of us are
Yes.
working, so managing home and then again talking to him.
Yes.
It really takes a toll. I mean, sometimes we say, "Oh, he's just talking,"
Yes.
but it is very important that you talk to them in that
Very
tone.
much.
You ask them whether they had food, they didn't have food, what is, because that is what matters to them.
Very
And
much.
we have to understand this, because tomorrow even we will be in that place sometime.
No,
Okay.
and the thing, doctor, is we feel it's so repetitive. What will I ask him every day that, oh, did you have food? But they actually like it if you keep asking. They want you to ask that and hear.
Yes,
They
yes.
will keep telling you the same story 100 times, but they want
Exactly.
you to listen it.
Yes. So for all those viewers who are seeing us today, if you have any elderly in the house, it's a real boon to have a senior at home, because they do help you many times. So if you have many senior and elderly at home, see to it that you listen to the repetitive talks. Okay, smile at the same thing every time they tell you.
Not easy, of course,
It's
but
not
yeah,
easy, but you
not
have to
easy.
say, you have to do that. Smile at them every time they tell the same joke to you. Maybe it's a yearly joke. Every year they will tell you the same joke, but smile, because they don't remember that they have told you this joke last
Yes.
year, though you remember. So smile. What's there to
Exactly.
smile? I mean, it's free, right?
Exactly.
So next question here, we come to our next question. When and where to seek help in case of psychological stress?
Very good question, doctor. So the first thing that in mental health, it's always good to seek the experts. So people like me, that is psychiatrists and also psychologists, are there for this. Remember to please seek help of people with proper credentials. Those who do not have credentials should not be the first people you see, because a lot of psychological issues are secondary to a medical condition also, which others without proper credentials will not catch, and that can affect you. So please make sure you see either a psychiatrist or a qualified psychologist before. So this is the answer to question where it will be the psychologist, and when is already I have said that which are the warning signs that you should seek help into. So please make sure you see these professionals at the right time. We get a lot of people coming to us very late once they have seen 100 different quacks or different kinds of people. I'm not saying that there are other therapies which are not, but at least make sure you see them in time. That will help you. And there are lots of types of treatments available. People are scared of psychiatric treatment. They think the doctor will give me medications which will be addictive, they'll be sleep inducing, they'll give me shock. Absolutely no. Nothing happens against your consent, number one, and there is extremely good type of treatment available nowadays. It's not like 30 years back when the medications would make you feel like a zombie. Absolutely no. So please seek help.
In this regards, the scare of the treatment of psychiatry most probably has come through those 1980s and 1990s movie,
Yes.
where moment you have psychological problem, chak, 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 all
Right.
the the electrodes will be moving, and shock
Oh,
therapy would
yes,
be the
yes.
first. So it is not the same. So
No.
many things have changed, and there are much patient friendly treatments which are available
Very
these
much.
days. Okay, so I think you
Yes.
should seek help. I have heard a lot about mental health helpline. Can you tell something about it?
Yes. So now for those who are in Goa, there is a very nice helpline wherein since the COVID times, we the doctors, psychiatrists and psychologists of Goa are very active on it. It's called COVID-AV, COVID-AV. This is the website you can search on Google, and we are providing free first counseling to the people who are affected with COVID and they want help, or their caregivers, or those who are confined. So or anybody else, it's also open to others as well. You can please check it out on this helpline.
Okay, I will definitely mention this website link in the description section. So
Yes.
if you're seeing me, most probably this will be on the Facebook, or even if it is on the YouTube, see in the description section either above or below, where you will find the link to it. Okay, also Dr. Priyanka, you have your own social handle.
Yes.
So can you please tell them about your social handle?
Yes. So you can find me on Instagram and Facebook. The name of my page is Sakhi Mind Care Goa on Instagram and Sakhi Mind Care on Facebook. And I am based in Goa in Porvorim. So I have my clinic wherein I see all sorts of people for psychological problems, and I am also an emotional wellness trainer in schools and academic institution, corporates, and any organization if they need talks on mental health awareness in any.
So you all can very well follow Dr. Priyanka on her social handle, get the requirement information, because I find people are very okay with all treatment of medicine, children's treatment, everything is okay. When it comes to mental health, lot of people break like that.
Yes.
They no, I don't want to do this treatment. People may label me. Forget about the people. Think about yourself. As Dr. Priyanka aptly said, fasten your safety belt first. People will see later on. Okay, so I think today's talk was a total different talk than what usually I take, the questions that I take up. Okay, but it was a really enlightening talk, Dr.
Thank you.
Priyanka.
Thank
Thank you for coming up on my show.
Thank you.
And
Thank you,
I
everyone.
yes, and I hope all of you follow Dr. Priyanka on her handle, and please do see that whatever videos she has done earlier, go through them. You will get a lot of information. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.